Howdy, Gambler, and howdy, YouTube. For those of you who don't know, Gambler's latest video, Things Atheists and Theists Need to Discuss, piqued my interest. I haven't been on YouTube in a long time. I was pretty burnt out on this sort of discussion, but I've been looking for a way to get back into it again, and I think his video is what did it. He brings up 3 points about science and theories that he feels that the discussion between atheists and theists, we need to come to an agreement, have a ground level understanding of before we can continue. And I'm really interested to see where he takes this in further videos. And I just wanted to give my commentary here on the 3 things that he brings up. The first thing, first point that he wanted to make was to eliminate the idea that science disproves God because he doesn't appear in the mechanisms discovered through experimentation. Now, of course, what he's talking about here is, there is evolution. Science has explained where human beings come from in the great scheme of life. Therefore, there is no God. And he's saying, you know, that's not really a valid form of argumentation. And I agree with him. Science, in discovering how things work, really can't say that therefore God does not exist. I mean, that's just an invalid bit of reasoning. But what it does, okay, if your concept of God is such that God is the explanation for how things happen, once science explains how this happens, how that happens, how that happens, you end up essentially running out of room for God. It's like, okay, if all these things happen due to natural processes, then where does God fit in? And for some people who accept everything that natural scientists tell us and who also believe in God, to them, the idea is God is the beginning of it all. He set everything in motion, and the fact that everything follows along due to natural processes speaks to, I guess, God's ability as a creator, because he set up nature such that these things can happen. And while I don't agree with that, because I don't think that God exists, that view is perfectly in line with science. And if that's the view that you as a believer want to hold, that is absolutely fine. Okay, on to his second point, which is science theories are narrative models designed to explain observed facts, but are not facts themselves. I get where he's going with this, but I don't actually agree, and I think he is skirting close to something which is not exactly true. It is true. Science theories are narrative models. They're made to explain observed facts. And these theories, while our best guesses, are not somehow 100% true. I mean, just because we explain that this is how this happens, it doesn't mean that we are absolutely certain that it happens that way. I mean, scientific theories can be wrong. You know, what we do is we explain to the best of our ability, and of course as more information comes in, then our explanations get better, and sometimes we have to throw away old explanations because they don't apply anymore. With each time we come up with new explanations, come up with new theories, because more data has come in, each time we get closer and closer to the truth, but at no point can we say we have reached it and here is the absolute truth and we can never ever be wrong with that, you know. And that part is true. But what I want to emphasize here, and that I'm worried he's getting close to, is saying that theories are not real and not reflective of reality. And he even gives the example that because they are not, when we get new data and we change a theory, we don't say, oh, well, now reality has been altered and now this new theory is true. Of course not. When we come up with a new theory, what we just say is, it's not that reality has been altered and now this isn't what was real. We just say, oh, well, our guess was, you know, incorrect. We don't say that the theory is necessarily reality, but it's our best guess of what reality is. And I want to give an example here. It's not just science. It is anything. For example, I look over here at my computer, and my computer is there. That is an observable fact. That is an observed fact by me. And then I look away, and then I look back again, and here's my computer. Now, my assumption is, the theory built into my head is, that the computer is a physical object in space in front of me, and just because I look away it doesn't disappear. But the thing is, philosophically, I cannot know 100% that that is true. My assumption that it is a physical object which exists whether I'm looking at it or not is technically only a theory. It is an explanation that my brain uses to account for the fact that when I look away and I look back, it's still there, and it's why I expect it to still be there. The reason why I bring up this point is that for all intents and purposes, we treat that as true, that that is reality, that the computer really is there, even though we can't be 100% certain. The same sort of thing goes with scientific theories. A particular scientific theory may not be true, may not be right, but as long as it fits all the observable data, it is okay to go ahead and assume it is true, as long as you hold in the back of your head the caveat that this is true, assuming we don't come across any new data which would make it not true. Okay, so that's all. It's not that theories are not reflective of reality. It's that they are reflective of reality as best we understand it at the time. Okay, and I just didn't want you to go off that theories are nothing but explanations and go off on some tangent like any old explanation is just as good as any other explanation as long as it accounts for the facts and so forth. That is not true. Finally, we get to Gambler's third point, which was that theories are not developed in a vacuum. They owe their structure to the dominant paradigm that underlies them at the time of their development. And that is true, and that goes back to what I was saying earlier about the fact that as theories get replaced by other theories, it is because we understand the phenomenon better, because we have all the old data that we had, which the old theory explained, plus we have more data. So what we're actually getting is we're getting closer and closer and closer to the truth. We may not be at the truth, but we're getting closer to the truth. And that is the paradigm in which a theory is made. It is made in contrast to our present understanding. Here's the way we presently understand these things. Now this new data comes in, and it doesn't fit. You know, if it fit, we wouldn't be coming up with a new theory. But now it doesn't fit, and now we have to explain why is it that all these old observations seem to be explained by the old theory, but now we got these new ones which it doesn't explain. Well, why is that? What explanation can we come up with now that that encompasses all of that? So yes, all theories are built off of a certain paradigm. They're built on our understanding of things at the time. And of course, new theories can come along and cause a paradigm shift and give us new understanding of things. And again, that understanding may be false, but if it is false, it's close. And when we come across when we develop a new theory which explains things better, that of course that new theory is going to explain why the old theory was so close, as in the case of Einsteinian relativity, special relativity replacing Newtonian mechanics. If you look at relativity, it explains why Newton was so close and so correct in all of his things, because when you're not moving at relativistic speeds, the terms in the equations for things, the relativistic corrections are very, very tiny, basically close to zero. And that's why Newtonian mechanics was so close for so long, until we needed it to take into account more different phenomena that we didn't understand before. Anyway, those are my comments on those things, and I'm really interested to see where you're going with this. And it's good to be back to YouTube. Anyway, thank you.